What's up everybody, Jim Games Live here, and in today's video we're going to be doing a double reaction to the band Unleash the Archers with the song Apex. Now, we're starting off with the studio version, we're going to listen to that, and then we're going to directly move on to a live performance, and then from there we're going to kind of compare and contrast and see which one we like better, and just kind of get a better understanding of the song itself. This video comes from Jay Smith over on Patreon. Thank you so much, sir. You are the newest member, and this is a recommendation directly from him. So, sir, I tip my hat, and thank you for keeping the channel alive. If you're new around here, please consider liking and subscribing, because I do this sort of thing all the time, and I'd love to have you. All right, let's get right on into it. I'm excited. I want to hear some new music. Unleash the Archers, what do you got for us today? I love the build of this song already.
Child of your womb, I returned from a perilous place to the warmth of your love. Embrace me.
Beautiful vocals.
Steady giant, monolith, lend me your heart. I am weakened again, tired, and my scars. Let your color and sings, take to me. Your roots take their hold. My body as one with the earth, my blood as the stone, the mountain my home.
I love that little layering there. Definitely getting kind of like an Iron Maiden type of feel from this. I don't know if I'm alone on this one. Just kind of like the galloping drums and everything. Sounds kind of cool. I do. I enjoy it. I like it.
Heavy walls enclose me, cover me in endless war. And now the dreams will come. Loose and freedom takes me to a world no longer run by the laws of relativity. Fly
breakdown here? What's going on? Awesome bass work here. What a ride this song is. Right.
Brother Mountain, now we sleep for 1,000 years. I will see you again. Something is coming for me.
Wow. What a performance that was. Or not a performance, but a song that was. Yeah, no, it was quite the ride. And this song is 8 minutes, 20 seconds, so it's kind of a longer song anyway, which I don't mind. I like longer songs. I feel like it really just gives the band, a chance to really start warming up and, get a feel for the song. I like longer format songs, so I don't mind this at all. But wow, I mean, it almost felt like it had like a 2-minute kind of like build up to like an intro, so you knew you were in for something epic. This whole song though was it was just fun to listen to. I mean, the drums almost seemed whimsical and fun in some parts as well. They had kind of like that gallop thing going for the middle part. I'm just gonna call it the middle part because it was like a bunch of different choruses and verses in this one. This is a longer one. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this one. The vocals were fantastic. We saw a bunch of different sides of, what do they call her? Brittney Slayes, I guess, is what they call her. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to checking out more Unleash the Archers. I'm still so new with this band that like it's all just kind of like it's a handshake to me at this point. But I really like the song structure from everything I've heard from Unleash the Archers, and I also just like the general headspace it kind of puts you into. It just makes you feel like you're epic, like you're going into battle. Like it just gets you like kind of moving. Like this would be a great song to have on my gym playlist if I could ever make it to the gym. But I'm excited to check out the next version here because we're gonna see a live performance here And what's cool about this over here too is it looks like it's a smaller club as well. So I mean, what we just heard was what sounded like an epic, massive song that you'd expect to hear like in an arena, because it's just like that massive. There's just that much going on. I mean, it's literally a joyride to listen to. Like, there's just so much happening. So I'm interested to see how this projects in a smaller venue here. Let's see where they're playing here. Oh, they're playing in Rochester. They're playing the Montage. I think I've actually played here. I think I've actually played this exact club. All right, let's see what they got. Here we go. Yeah, it's a very small stage. I'm like 90% sure that I played this exact club. The sound is going to be interesting. Listen for the cymbals. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but just listen for the cymbals, the way they sound in a smaller atmosphere like this. You know, having heard the intro now and the first actual audio part and then hearing it from here too, I just got to touch on one little thing here. When you have an effect like that, it's a delay kind of pause effect that they're doing, one wrong note and it throws the whole thing over. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing like anything and you have like a lot of distortion going, if your finger slips a little bit or like, you know, you go off key just a little bit, it's not really that noticeable. But with an effect like this, you have to be, your timing has to be perfect, and you have to be hitting every note absolutely perfect. Otherwise it just sounds like shit for like 2 or 3 rotations. So it'll just like, you hear that phantom note over and over and over again, and it just sounds bad. So ballsy move. But I mean, these are professional musicians. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. One interesting thing I'm noticing right off the bat from this performance is what's up with the drums. Just listen, unless my sync is off or something, but I don't think that it is. But listen to the drums here and watch the drummer. Are they pre-recorded drums? What is happening? That was strange. I'm not exactly sure what that was. Alright, that's actual. Here she comes. She sounds amazing live just as much as she sounds amazing on CD or, you know, in studio recording here. Like, her voice just projects. I'm really glad that we decided to go with this this live performance here because, like I said, it is in a smaller venue, and like literally what we're hearing is just the music coming from somebody's cell phone or camera or whatever they're using. But it sounds like it's probably just a cell phone, which is kind of cool because the sound is going to be much smaller. It's not going to be a massive wall of sound coming at you, and it's not going to be mixed 100% properly. However, it's going to give us a better representation of what the band actually sounds like on stage, which is pretty cool. A lot of times when you see these reviews or these reactions from me, is they're playing a giant theater, all right, and it's being mixed 100% perfectly. But I know this venue. I know what kind of mixer they have. I know what they're working with here, and it's just not going to be 100% perfect, which is going to be kind of cool. It's going to show us a less perfect side of the band, and it's also going to show us what it sounds like on stage for this band, what their in-ears really probably sound like. So let's keep on going, and I'm going to pick apart the sound as the video progresses. Get it? Okay, so like before, I told you to pay attention to the cymbals of this band. For some reason, the start of this track, they had some sort of backtracking of drums going on. I don't know why, what the deal is with that. But as of right now, we're hearing actual drummer play. And how you're able to hear these cymbals is you're really able to hear like that crash and everything like that. You're hearing it because you're hearing what they're hearing on stage because this is such a small venue. Now, these drums are mic'd up as well, but having it in this like sort of performance, you're almost hearing it doubled. So the drums itself sounds almost kind of like it's doubled. So you're hearing what's coming out of the PA from the mic. You're actually hearing the drum themselves because you're just so close to the performance. It's pretty cool. The drums themselves, when they do this, it almost kind of sounds a little bit flat because it's a smaller performance and you're not hearing it perfectly mixed well. Here you're hearing it double, so it just sounds a little bit flat, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. You're just kind of getting a direct representation of what this band sounds like in a smaller venue. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And her voice is, she's not relying on effects or anything like she was in the studio. Not saying it was a crutch or anything, but she definitely did use some. But she doesn't really need a whole lot here live. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. They're having fun. Feedback issue there. she's into it. You know, you can really see how into it she is, which is kind of cool from, you know, having them play a smaller club like this. I'm assuming, you know, back in their home country, I'm not even sure where they're from. I just know I don't think it's here in America. Actually, I think it might be Canada. I think they said they're from Canada, so they're pretty close to home here. I could be wrong on that. I could be screwing up my bands, but I think they're Canadian. They're still super happy to be playing a club this size. And like I said before, I'm almost 90% positive this exact club itself. And, you know, I've opened up for larger bands like these bands that are playing these style clubs. I'm not going to name any names, so I don't want to shit on any bands here. But artists that I've opened up for that have had, you know, some success and they're not doing so well, so they're playing clubs like this, and then a band like mine would come in years ago and directly support them. You could see some disdain. Like, they weren't happy on stage. They were kind of like, Jesus, man, you know, a year ago I was playing a place that was 10 times this size or whatever. And you could always just see it in their performance and, like, their faces. They weren't smiling. They weren't happy. They weren't anything. They were just kind of like numb to be there. And it was just kind of, it was discouraging to kind of see, I think, for the audience and for myself too, being a fan of possibly the band I was opening for. Because I'm like, oh, okay, you're really just in it for the big show, you know, the big performances, but you're not always going to have that. That's not what we're seeing from this band here. They're all happy to be there. It looks like they're having fun. They're interactive. They're going out touching everybody. And this is a club that's only going to hold a couple hundred people. Honestly, I think the max is like 350 to 500 people at max. If I had to guess. And that's just not a whole lot of people for a major recording artist like this to be playing in front of. But they don't seem to mind. They're just here for the love of the music, and you got to respect that. All right, let's keep on going. Oh, look at her. She's smiling. She's happy. Awesome solo, man. That double bass. It's kind of muffled and it's really hard to hear because how we're hearing this is actually coming out as mono and you're not really hearing it in stereo, but you're hearing that little this vibration. What that is, that's the playful double bass we heard in the beginning there. Or the, you know, the studio performance, which is just not gonna, you know, bleed through because everything is being fed out of these giant PA systems. What happens is sound bleed and whatnot, especially in smaller clubs like this. I just wanted to kind of point that out. But he's going to town. Look how into it they are. She's going to the quiet part? Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Very cool. Very cool. You know, I like this format of listening to the original song first on the studio performance and then going in and checking out a live performance. I might do more of these. I think I might do more of these. I like this idea, especially hearing the song for the first time, because I kind of expect it going in live, and I can kind of be looking for little things, and it's kind of cool. I like it. So you might see more reactions like this going forward. So it'll be a longer format. Yeah, because this video is already at almost a half hour. But let's talk about what we actually liked about the song itself. Both versions, the studio version and the live version. I think the song itself is just fantastic. I think it's structured beautifully. I think 8 minutes is not too long of this song. I feel like it's got a beautiful build up that needs just enough time to kind of breathe and get you really into the song and make you feel like you're okay. I'm in this journey. I'm ready to go. And I feel like it also unwinds just perfectly too, and it also needs some time to do that. And having this, broken down into a 3-minute song, it just wouldn't have the exact same epic feel to it that a song like this kind of deserves. It needs that time to build and marinate. I'm gonna call it marinate. So yeah, I really enjoyed this song. The vocals were fantastic. I'm definitely gonna have like that vocal line in my head that like it's I can already tell it's gonna be in my head all day, which I'm fine with. It was cool to see live how they're not really relying on too many effects vocally. I mean, that was just clean from start to finish. And speaking of the live, what really impressed me about this was just how happy they were to be on the stage. In the beginning of the video, I wonder if I can go back here just a little bit and kind of show you the mark here. In the beginning of this video, like if I remember correctly, there's actually no real green room in this club here. Hold on, let me just get to the... So as you see here in the beginning, as we go back out, like the singer, I'm sorry, I don't know her name. I know her, she's known as Brittney Slayes or whatnot. I think that's what the people call her. You can see like where she is right now, and she's actually just hiding out behind one of these banners. And trust me, man, I've had to do this plenty of times. I know what this is like, but it just goes to show you like how low budget of a performance this was, as far as like it being like in a major venue with a green room and all these things, because she's literally just coming from behind a banner like, oh hey, here I am, guys. But they don't seem to be fazed by this. They don't seem to really care. They're just there to play music, enjoy themselves, and they're having fun. You can see it resonates. It definitely just bleeds off them. I mean, like I said, a couple hundred people in the crowd probably. If I had to guess, I'd say around 300. 500 might be too much. And they're fine with it. They're fine with everybody getting into it, and they're fine to put on a show for those people. It really just goes to show that these are probably the type of musicians that really do appreciate their fans, no matter what the setting is. So I appreciate that. I like that. I'm not sure exactly what was going on at the beginning of this track when they had drums playing, but he wasn't playing any drums. It was some sort of like backing track. See? You can hear it right now. He's not playing drums right now. And it's really kind of weird. On a giant festival stage or something, if a drummer's way back, you might not notice that, but it's something like this, you definitely do notice it. So I'm not sure why they were doing that, what the point is of that. But they did. But it's been a great song. This video is getting kind of out of hand. It's getting pretty long now, so I'm gonna stop it. But hey, if you enjoyed your time with me today, if you enjoyed this reaction, please consider liking and subscribing. I do this sort of thing all the time, and I'm gonna catch you out on tomorrow's video. Good night, everybody.